Relax. Y'all know how fucking happy. Y'all know how happy I was to see this damn movie, so y'all know how this damn review finna go. Alright. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to another OneTake review. This is my review, non-spoiler review of Thor Ragnarok. It's like 12 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock. So that means two things. One, I'm dropping this video tonight, so my spoiler video will be up tomorrow. And two, probably by the time you see this video, Tree and 3 just dropped. So go cop that. Anyway, listen, this is my most anticipated Marvel film of the year. My most anticipated film of the year was Wonder Woman, okay? It didn't disappoint. My most anticipated Marvel film did not disappoint. So let me tell you right now, Thor Ragnarok is a fucking masterpiece. You need to get your ass up right now. If you haven't seen it, take your ass to the movies. If you don't got no money, go rob a bank. Tell the police to arrest you after you get through watching the movie, okay? Okay? If you, listen. Now, what I've been hearing, like, it's a comedy. Will not say that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a comedy. This was just a good movie that was funny. You have probably heard this from every single person who has reviewed this movie. I want to be so different, and I just want to get, listen, I don't give the critics' perspective. I don't know shit when it comes to like looking at movies from like a critic perspective. I look at it from like how much I like the movie and what, from the regular fans' perspective. I have to say it. The movie was fun. Fun. Beginning to ending. There are hints. Listen, there are certain scenes in the movie where they really hit the emotional tone. And they hit it real well. The person I think hit the emotional tones the best, probably for me, has to be Thor and Loki. Those two hit those emotional tones pretty well and took the movie to like different places in which like it's different. Because you have like you can have a movie that's all fun, but don't forget this movie called Ragnarok. Pretty much the end of everything. And don't get me wrong. It lets you know how big the stakes are. Like, it doesn't diminish like all the stuff going on. It doesn't diminish the fact of like, listen, shit's going down. They trying to fucking destroy Asgard, okay? You get all of that. I think the chemistry from every single character in this thing was phenomenal. First off, I want to say, as of right now, I think, listen, this is out of every fucking Marvel character in the MCU. Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie might just be my favorite character of everybody now. Loved, phenomenal. Probably my favorite part of this movie, along with Thor, was like Chris Hemsworth kills this Thor, and it seemed like you just having a fucking blast doing this. Also, the Hulk was amazing. The actual Hulk, like Mark Ruffalo, like that Hulk being like in the actual big green form was amazing, and it's so different, and I'm just happy we can move forward, and now we have that Hulk. So now when we see him in future films, especially like Infinity War, I want to see his first interaction with Tony. Like, that's gonna be something to die for. Korg, Taika Waititi, Taika Waititi plays Korg in this. And if you're familiar with the Planet Hulk storyline, you know who Korg is. Dog. Killed it every time. I'm pretty much gonna go through most of the characters. There's another character in from the Planet Hulk storyline. I don't want to just spoil it because I don't think they said it or showed him in the trailer. There's a cameo in here. And I think about like 10 minutes into the movie, actually 3 cameos in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and you see him and you gonna fucking die laughing. There are some moments to where you really, it's like you really hard down laughing. A lot of people may think this is like the funniest Marvel film, but I still get at the Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guardians of the Galaxy was 2. I don't feel like it was one of the best. I feel like this movie is much better than I'll say this Thor Ragnarok is much better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. But when in terms of comedy, I feel like what's the name was a straight comedy. Like I felt like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a straight comedy. This has some funny moments in it as well. And don't get me wrong, you gonna really get your laughs in. But I just felt like Guardians of the Galaxy was straight comedy. So that's kind of where I guess I think it might have took from the movie. But this, it was a lot of comedy, but you still had some other aspects, and it is more fun. You know, I think it was much more fun film for me. Trying to hit out. Tom Hiddleston. I don't even have to really. When I'm even talking about Thor or Loki, I don't even have to talk about how Tom Hiddleston performs as Loki because it's pretty much expected. I think that's that. Jeff Goldblum's Grandmaster. I'm not gonna lie. First half for me seeing him, I didn't really care for it. He grew on me though, like midway through, and I started to like his character. Okay, but I'm not gonna lie. The beginning of it, I really didn't care for him. And I think we have to, because I've been thinking about this the whole time, the whole walk to I've been walking and the ride home. I've been thinking about this Kate Blanchett's take on Hela. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, if I'm just looking at the MCU villains, where do I rank Hela? And to me, and when I just really thought about like what a villain is, and you know what a villain represents, because my top villains for the MCU was pretty much like Loki and Michael Keaton's Vulture. But then again, I thought about, I'm like, which was more scary, the Vulture or Michael Keaton? And I felt like Michael Keaton character actually more fearful than make you more afraid than the actual Vulture. So then I thought about Loki, and Loki's character doesn't necessarily just bring fear. So as of today, I have to say the best Marvel villain that we have gotten so far. And I'm thinking, and I know those just so happen to be my top two. When I go back and just think about all the villains, I have to put Hela number one. I feel like Kate Blanchett kills it. I mean, absolutely destroys it. I'm talking about scene stiller. Every time she talks, you listen. And I feel like her character got over so well, and it's gonna get over so well. It's just one thing that I think happened with her. I'm not sure about yet, but I'm hoping it's a certain turn that they take with her in future MCU films that would just make it so much better for me. Surtur, you know, we all know Surtur's in here. The first scene we see with him is like, I really felt like Chris Hemsworth was like you can see it in his eyes, and during the scene he's just screaming out, yes, this is the movie I needed to make, because to be honest, some of the Thor movies pretty boring. They're not the best Marvel films. I think you can honestly easily put this one in your top 10 MCU films. Now, as far as best MCU film of the year, it's definitely better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm kind of weighed. Only reason, and I do think it tops out Spider-Man Homecoming, simply because of the fact, even though Michael Keaton was a terrific villain, I feel like Hela's character was much more a presence. Like, you motherfucker, you felt it. Like, you really felt like, and like I like how they played the whole feeling of like despair. Like, you thinking, don't get me wrong, the film fun, but if you thinking motherfucker gonna escape this like without a scratch, hell no. And now I see why they haven't dropped. If you watch this trailer, I mean, after you finish watching this, you'll see why they haven't dropped the Infinity trailer that they dropped at what's the name, because there's some details that would have gave away some stuff in this movie. So yeah, I'm loved it. Definitely go check it out. It did not disappoint. If I'm scaling it, it's definitely in the A's. There was certain stuff though it just didn't. You know, I'm gonna have to go A2. A2 for Thor Ragnarok. Great film. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel once again. Great performances all around. The best MCU villain we've had so far. So, and a bunch of laughs, a bunch of fun. Great story. Great bonds. Great chemistry between all the characters. Everything you're looking for in the movie. So yeah, you gotta go check it out. Let me know what you thought about it. You've seen it. Let's talk about it down in the comments. No spoilers, because we can just hold the spoilers to tomorrow when we upload the spoiler review. Peace out.